Welcome back to the channel. So there is a difference in digital ID and real ID. Real ID is what they have us going out to get now. This is going to make it easier for them to link that real ID because you had your information given over to the DMV. This will give them easier access to link you up to the digital ID. So if you've already gotten a real ID, I don't know how that will affect you. They may be able to do that automatically because who knows what you signed when you signed the bottom line, right? So I haven't gotten mine yet. I did update my ID, but it is not a real ID. When that digital ID comes out, there are going to be a lot of people say they're not going to get it because they don't want to give up their personal information like that, and who knows has access to it, right? So what can they do to force you to do it? This is what we're going to get into today. Check this video out and let me know, are you going to get the digital ID? Because real ID leads to digital ID. Digital ID will lead to that mark.
Government won't force you to get a digital ID. Instead, it'll make not having one so uncomfortable you'll end up opting in anyway. I won't get a digital ID, I'll never install it. I'll just buy an old Nokia and opt out. Alright, so let's model those approaches to not complying with the communists in number 10. Because here's what people forget. Governments don't have to force you to comply. They just change the world around you until you don't feel you have a choice left.
And what they'll do is, you're going to need that digital ID, maybe to get into the grocery store. I showed y'all in Canada what they're installing at the grocery stores to stop people from going in the grocery store who don't have the digital ID. They just haven't put the scanner up there yet. Or they could attach it to your bank account. That means you won't have access to your funds. Therefore, you won't be able to live life regularly, especially if you don't have a backup food situation going on or money on the side where you can still function and pay your bills. But what if where you pay your bills no longer take cash? Because we know what's happening to the dollar. And all you have is that digital ID to access paying your bills, getting fuel pumped into your car. Let's not forget, like in the UK, you will need it to be able to work.
I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament.
You see, I'm old enough to remember 1995 when the internet first hit homes. People said it was a fad. Who needs email? Who wants to shop online? Then came online banking and phones and streaming and tax returns. You can still live offline, of course, but now it's like living without electricity. It's possible, but it's expensive, awkward, and increasingly shut out. The same pattern happened with money laundering laws. They didn't tell you to prove your identity. They told your solicitor, your estate agent, your bank that they would be fined if they didn't check you. So you didn't choose to hand over your ID. You just couldn't move forward in your life.
One says the bank explained eventually the bank would be asking this of all of their customers.
Without it. And that is how digital ID will spread, not through law, but through logistics. Your bank, your landlord, your employer, all building systems that will only work one way. You will wake up one morning and realise that the thieving, scheming, progressive left now have control over your life.
So want to make sure you are going ahead and stocking up your home, getting your rations in, things that you and your family already use. Get those stockpiled up because we don't know where this is actually going. We see what's happening in other countries and all we can do is presume that it will happen here because every time something happens somewhere else, guess what? The United States signs up for it. Now might be the time you want to take some of your money out of your bank accounts and just hold it aside just in case they decide down the road to do what they are doing in Vietnam.
Vietnam has closed 86 million bank accounts. They have frozen them, seized the assets, but they've closed the accounts. And that's 43% of all the accounts. There's around 200 million in Vietnam. Really? And the quote that they give is prevent fraud and cybercrime. It's always in your best interest, except when it isn't. Can you imagine that number, 86 million, how many millions of people and families that have actually gone into serious trouble because they cannot access their account, either because they refused or couldn't give, the digital ID. That's what they wanted. You had to register a digital ID with biometric data. Give more of your privacy away without your choice.
Just happened in Vietnam. The government closed 86 million bank accounts just because people refused to hand over their biometric data. Let that sink in, guys. 86 million people locked out of accessing their own money. To me, this is proof of where the global digital ID system is headed. Centralized, mandatory, total control for the state. And as scary as this is, you don't need to panic because there are things that you can do. Firstly, build practical independence. Land, water, energy, food, and a like-minded community. These are the 5 pillars of freedom that, should you need to, will allow you to completely disconnect from the system. Secondly, you can educate yourself and structure your life to create independence within the system, using tools like companies, trusts, private agreements and constitutions to protect your freedom while still keeping access.
I want to thank y'all for watching, and I want you to know, do not feel discouraged. Do not feel depressed where you're going to be sunken into that and can't move forward. Yes, you're going to feel anxiety. You're going to feel some fear, but we cannot fear man. What we have to do is grow our faith in God, read our scriptures, and know that we will conquer.
You always eat the fruit of your words in the next season. If you don't like your life in this season, your life is the product of your words. Anybody I've met who's done great things, they don't speak in maybe, they don't use the word might, they speak with a level of certainty. The Bible says that the power of life and death is in your tongue. And when you say might or maybe, you're speaking death over a vision. But when you say will, I can, I will, I shall. And if you paid attention, I've tried to disciple you to sound more like Jesus and less like those dysfunctional, depressed Christians. And even the psalmist knew, I might feel depression, but I don't just say what I feel. I acknowledge what I feel, but I finish my sentence. And oh yeah, I'm depressed, but I'm about to be delivered. I'm discouraged, but I'm not denied. I'm pressed on every side, but not crushed.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, yeah. Or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter, yeah. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. Start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does.